AFTV Turkish. Wow, that was such a good win in the end by Arsenal. It was one of those games where it required a lot of patience because Newcastle in the first half did what Newcastle do. Very difficult to break down, and you're starting to think, is this going to be another Crystal Palace? But in the second half, we blitzed them.
Yeah. I mean, the first half was very frustrating. I think Oba as well. I was starting to think to myself, is this really, him now? But, he picked it up in the second half. And overall, I think the first half was a bit slow to begin with. But in the end, I think we should have gone in, halftime 1-2 up, even though we didn't have many chances. I think Oba should have, converted at least one of those, especially the one that was right in front of him. But it wasn't to be, and we didn't regret it. And I'm glad he got a couple goals because he needed that. He needs to kick on.
What a goal as well! I think the first goal is that sort of goal that does give you a lot of confidence because it's a great goal. It's not like, I know sometimes people always use that saying and say he just needs a tap in, but sometimes when you get that worldie, then the tap-ins become very easy after that.
Yeah, the whole goal was a pleasure to watch, Rob, because when was the last time we had a midfielder that could pick it up just in front of our box, quick feet to beat a defender and then play it over the top? That's Cazorla you're describing there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Partey's like Cazorla, but they're midfielders that have that about them, that are confident enough to, make a bit of room and then execute moving forward. We've seen far too little of that in the middle. So Partey, big respect to him today, bounced back, started his first game in how long following injury. He started the move. And like you said, Oba picks it up, just running into the Newcastle half, runs at the defender, inside, outside, weaker foot, smashes it in. Perfect for Oba because
how many times have we been saying this season, get the ball in behind? That's his area of strength. And it's just not, we've had games where you see his touch map, he's not even in the box, he's not nowhere near. But today they were playing those balls in for him.
Yeah, 100%. And Partey and Emile Smith-Rowe together will play a key part to that. That's why we was, getting in behind in a sense where you'd see 4-on-3s, 4-on-4s, 2-on-1s at times. Because, when was the last time we consistently saw that? That's why I'm pleased with today's performance because, it showed us Partey and Emile together in the middle. It showed us Tierney out on that side. Martinelli coming back in. He didn't do much. But, Saka again, Oba getting a couple goals. It was the perfect game moving into a crucial period for us.
And you missed out one player there that was a bit of a surprise inclusion at the start of the game. And I thought had a very good game today and really added to the balance. And that was Cedric.
Yeah, 100%. I'm surprised I didn't mention him, considering my feelings towards our usual regular right back. I think Cedric was very good today, both defensively and offensively. And the thing about him, he looks more mobile and rapid than Bellerin, which is a bit weird considering he's a few years older. Like, look at the assist at the end for he was rapid down that line. His touch was a bit heavy, but he still made it just about. And he was efficient with the ball in. Productivity has often been an issue on both sides. Now we got Tierney, and hopefully Cedric can build, forward because we bought him a year ago. We must have bought him for something. When he came in, Arteta said that's our best attacking right back. That's what Arteta said. So I don't know how you go from saying that to him being third choice behind Maitland-Niles at times too. I'm not too sure what happened there. All I know is that he's a winner of the Euros with Portugal, and he was playing every game. At Southampton, there was a 2-3 year period. I was impressed with him. And tonight is probably the first game I've been impressed with him overall in an Arsenal shirt. It's an area we need a player. If that player is going to be Cedric, we're yet to find out. But we need players all over. Partey, great. Emile, great. But if one of those get injured, back to square one.
Some great. We don't need to sign no one.
Nah. We need. Trust me, we need. Rob, 2 weeks later, we might be. Look at that laugh. Trust me, save that laugh.
I thought I'd just drop that in to wind you up because I know that you'll be sitting there tonight thinking, fantastic performance, brilliant, loved every minute of it. However,
should I tell you what's refreshing, Rob? You know why I'm smiling a bit more today? Because how many games this season afterwards would it be, where's Saliba? What's happening with Saliba? How many games afterwards would it be, What's happening with Ozil? Why is he not playing Ozil? Finally, them two situations are resolved. You know, there's no more questions about Ozil or Saliba. One's on loan, one's gone, it's over, and one's coming back. Cool. You know, so it's good to have that behind the scenes stuff, you know, tidied up a bit more. We still need to get rid of some players, some big players. But I think it's refreshing to have those two situations, which have been a dark cloud for Arteta, and in turn, the club and us as fans out of the way a bit, you know. So I am happy.
They've been making, you know, the movements in moving players out. Kolasinac, Saliba's, like you said, has gone on loan and is getting game time and has been doing pretty well so far. Ozil's gone to Fenerbahce, looks happy with his move. Hopefully he'll do well there as well, but that's a massive amount of money off the wage bill.
Yeah.
There's Mustafi and still, I guess, Socrates are the main ones right now to be moving on, but still no real signs of anyone coming in. Yeah. And like you just, you know, said, Smith Rowe, I think, has been fantastic, and it's definitely a start week in, week out for me. But he can't start every game. I think Kelechi, I was interviewing him earlier, he said, you know, all it takes is a little niggle on him or even a COVID outbreak.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're back to square one. So do you think we'll get that signing in that position, which is that still that creative stroke, you know, dynamic, that's what I like to call it, not just creative, but dynamic as well, midfielder, because I still think we could do with that. I still think we're short in that area if anything happens to Smith Rowe.
I actually don't think we're going to get someone in now. I think, you know what, we got about 12, 13 days left of the window. And I think, you know, when Arsenal do business, it tends to drag on. So if we're going to get anyone, we need to hear about it in the next day or so. And by anyone, it'll probably, if it is anyone, it'll be a loan, because they've already told us and insinuated outgoings are the main priority and loans are the main option if we take one on. The main thing for me now is if they can tell us that the outgoings are the main priority, that's fine. I get that. Make it the main priority and show us, not just Ozil and Kolasinac, give us a couple more, at least 4 or 5 out. And that gives us a platform for the summer. You know, we are already going to be saving the wages, you know, proactively in a sense, where we've cut a deal with Ozil, where we haven't paid him as much as we would have paid him if he saw out his contract, you know. So do all the business you need to get done now in terms of outgoing. The season's pretty much gone, Rob. You know, I know people can argue that we're only this many points off top 4 or we're only this many points off top 6. Top 6, first and foremost, I'm not interested in Europa League football. But then the FA Cup gets you that, and I want to win the FA Cup, so it's a bit contradictory. But in the league, top 4 is out of our reach, or there's too many teams between us. So the league is pretty much done. Europa League is the priority, and I don't believe a signing is going to be the decider in that competition. There's a couple solid teams in there. So I think this season, pretty much, you know, the best we can get out of it is, you know, the fans' realization that a lot of these players haven't been good enough for many years, and we're going to need to get rid of them, because it's easy to get rid of Ozil, Kolasinac, Mustafi, Socrates right now with 6 months to go in their contract. It's easy because they want to now. You know, that's the only difference from the summer. Ozil didn't want to. Mustafi, Kolasinac didn't really want to. Now they want to, and that's why it's happened. It's time to start getting rid of the players that want to stay that we shouldn't want anymore. And I'm not going to mention them today because we won 3-0. One of them didn't even play. But there's a couple in and around here that we still need to move on. But credit to Arteta, because he's managed to build on that defensive organization that we had. We haven't got Mario or Gabriel. We've got Holden and Luiz. And they coped pretty well with the blunt attack Newcastle had. So to end on a positive, I think Arteta's turning a corner, but the club need to do more to fill me with some hope that turning a corner means the club turning a corner, not just him with tactics and that.